Hi there, this is Kaushik Ranchod from the Ranchod Law Group. Want to welcome you to our immigration show. I represent clients throughout the 50 states. So if you have questions, feel free to contact us at 916-613-3553. Today's video is going to be about the U visa and why is really, truly amazing that has happened. Work authorization now will be available to you much faster than before. So we're going to talk about how that has happened, what that means for you if you've applied for a U visa. So before we get started and dive into that, smash that like button and subscribe to make sure you continue to get these videos if you like this one. So first of all, let's look at the U visa. The U visa is a great option because it overcomes many types of immigration violations. Also, one of the biggest challenges that I face as an immigration lawyer is so many people coming in who tell me, oh, I have more than one unlawful entry. If you have more than one unlawful entry, depending upon the time that you entered, you may not be eligible for instance, an I-601A waiver, but the U visa overcomes multiple unlawful entries. So let's talk about how do you qualify. In order to qualify for a U visa, you need to be the victim of a violent crime. You need to have cooperated with police in the prosecution or the investigation of the crime. And you need to have shown mental or physical abuse. So what would an example of one of these crimes be? Domestic violence is an example of one of these crimes. If you're a victim of domestic violence in the United States, you could qualify for a U visa. So you would need to show that by showing how you suffered that abuse, either if that's through mental, if that's through therapist evaluations, or if you're physically harmed and you went to the doctor's medical reports. The police report is a great form of evidence that demonstrates that you were in fact a victim of a violent crime, and it also demonstrates the events that occurred that demonstrate how you were affected by the violent crime. Now, what's really important is that you also need to have cooperated with the police. If you've not cooperated with the police, that could work against you. And this is important because in the first step of the process, you need to get a certification. So we typically get this from the police agency that issued the police report. Now, they're not going to be typically willing to issue that if you didn't cooperate with the police. So after you get the police certification, then you can go ahead and submit the U visa application with USCIS. Now, one major issue with the U visa is the huge backlogs. It's taking 5+ years to get the U visa. So that is an extremely long amount of time. So in June 2021, USCIS came out with something called a bona fide determination in order to determine whether or not you're going to get deferred action and work authorization while your application is pending if they're able to make this bona fide determination. This is absolutely amazing news because now instead of waiting 5 years to be able to work, you're able to get work authorization much faster after they're able to make this initial bona fide determination. The goal of the bona fide determination is to allow people to have deferred action, to allow people to work while they're waiting for their U visa, while you are waiting to get your U visa. This leads us to the question of, well, okay, this sounds great, but how do I know that I have a bona fide determination? How do I get a bona fide determination so I could get work authorization? Well, that's a great question. One of the things that USCIS will look at is whether or not you have a complete application. A completed U visa application includes Form I-918, also Form I-918 Supplement B, a statement from the applicant talking about how you were the victim of the violent crime, talking about your story of exactly what happened, how you were impacted, and finally, completed biometric. What's important to note with Form I-918 Supplement B is that it must contain the certifier's signature and it must be submitted within 6 months of having it certified. Okay, you have all that information, you meet the bona fide determination. Well, then after that, you will be able to get work authorization for 4 years. So that's another great thing as well, because a lot of times in different scenarios, sometimes work authorization is only, for instance, granted in 1-year increments. This is in 4-year increments. So this provides you a significant amount of time to be able to work while your U visa is pending. You might be wondering, well, okay, if I get a bona fide determination, does this mean that my U visa will be granted? No, it doesn't mean that your U visa is granted. It's only an initial determination regarding getting the initial work authorization and deferred action while your U visa is pending. Another question you might have is, well, I have my U visa pending already. What do I do? You don't need to take any initial action. USCIS is taking action on their own in order to issue bona fide determinations, and you'll be notified once a bona fide determination has been made, and accordingly when you receive the work authorization. So you don't need to take any affirmative action, which is also really nice as well. And overall, I think USCIS has done a great job in administrating this. This is well needed, because USCIS processing times with U visas just keep on taking longer and longer and longer. Everything is taking longer and longer and longer. So this was a really positive step in the right direction by allowing work authorization. And I applaud the administration for creating this bona fide determination policy. Another question you might have is, well, with my pending application, how long will it take for USCIS to make this bona fide determination? USCIS has not come out with any specific timeline, so I wish I had a better definitive timeline for you. However, in our office, we are noticing a lot of our cases that have been pending are getting these bona fide determinations, and many of our clients are getting work authorization. So it is in the works, it is happening. Things are moving in the positive direction. So I wanna thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope this video serves you. I hope it gave you some great news to look forward to if you've had your U visa filed, and if you didn't know about the U visa, now you do know about it. So if you have questions, I invite you to contact our office at 916-613-3553. Make sure you subscribe to get these videos in the future. And I want to thank you for bettering yourself by watching this video, and by bettering yourself, you're bettering your family, and by bettering your family, you're bettering our country. Bye for now.